The yogi, Yogananda, repeatedly says that when we go deep in meditation, we can directly feel the
Start our
presence of
meditation.
God. This is not imagination. It is a real, living experience. But here's an important question. If meditation is so powerful, why doesn't everyone benefit from it? The biggest mistake people make is trying to meditate without proper guidance. They start without truly knowing how. The right environment is essential for effective meditation. If you try to meditate in a place that is noisy or filled with negative energy, calming your mind becomes very difficult. That's why choosing the right place and creating the right atmosphere is very important. The success of your meditation depends greatly on the kind of space you choose for your practice. Paramhansa Yogananda shared certain principles for this. He recommended finding a quiet and stable place where there is no noise or interruption, somewhere people won't keep walking in or disturbing you. Stay away from phones or devices during this time. Have you ever noticed the deep sense of peace you feel when you enter a temple, an ashram, or a gurdwara? That's because thousands of people continuously pray and meditate there, building up powerful energy. Yogananda explains that a place where meditation happens regularly starts to store spiritual energy. Over time, that space becomes even more powerful for meditation. If you meditate in the same spot every day, it begins to collect positive vibrations, helping you go deeper into your practice. Natural places are even more effective. If you have the chance, meditating outdoors can be especially powerful. By a river, in the mountains, under a tree, or in a quiet garden. These kinds of places help the mind become calm. That's why ancient sages and yogis always meditated in nature, because it carries pure energy. Even if you're meditating at home, you can still create a supportive environment. Lighting an incense stick or burning natural herbs like sandalwood or frankincense can purify the air and fill the room with positive energy. Yogananda said that fragrance is one of the simplest ways to prepare the mind for meditation. Some people also find that soft background music helps them go deeper. This could be gentle soothing music, chants, or natural sounds like flowing water. But make sure the music is slow and peaceful, not distracting or loud. The lighting of your room also matters. Use dim light or a candle. Bright lights stimulate the mind, but soft lighting helps the body relax. Make sure the space is clean and uncluttered. A tidy, calm space naturally brings order to the mind. Even modern science supports the importance of the right environment for meditation. Neuroscience shows that when you meditate in the same spot repeatedly, your brain begins to associate that place with peace. As soon as you sit there, your mind begins to settle. According to Feng Shui and Vastu Shastra, certain directions and areas in your home are better for meditation and mental peace. Even today, Buddhist monks and yogis carefully choose high energy locations for their meditation practice. Meditation becomes more powerful and effective when you sit in the right posture. One of the most important rules in meditation is to keep your spine straight. Your back should not be slouched, but it also shouldn't be too stiff. Imagine a light thread gently pulling you upward from the top of your head. That's the kind of posture you want to feel. Why is this important? Because energy flows upward through the spine. When the spine is straight, it allows the energy to rise and reach the crown chakra at the top of the head. Science also supports this idea. When we sit with a bent back, our lungs can't expand fully and we don't get enough oxygen. But when we sit upright, our breathing improves and the brain becomes more alert and focused. Your shoulders should be relaxed. During meditation, your body shouldn't feel tense. Gently roll your neck forward and backward to bring it into balance. If your shoulders are too stiff, your body will feel tense, and that tension will disturb your meditation. But if your shoulders are too loose, your back may start to curve, and energy will begin to flow downward instead of upward. Now let's talk about your hands. Rest your hands on your knees with your palms facing upward. You can form special hand gestures called mudras to support your meditation. One simple and powerful mudra is Gyan Mudra, where you lightly touch your thumb and index finger together. This enhances knowledge and concentration. Another one is Jhana Mudra, where both hands rest in your lap, with the right hand on top of the left, and both thumbs gently touching each other. These mudras help balance your energy and deepen your focus. Yogis and saints have used them for thousands of years because they support the natural flow of energy in the body. The position of your legs is also very important. The most powerful pose is Padmasana, or the full lotus position, but it can be difficult for beginners. A good alternative is Ardha Padmasana, or half lotus, where one leg rests on the opposite thigh, and the other stays on the ground. Another option is Sukhasana, the easy pose, where you simply cross your legs in a comfortable sitting position. If sitting on the floor is uncomfortable or not possible, you can also meditate while sitting on a chair. Just make sure your feet are flat on the ground and your posture remains upright. What matters most is that your legs feel at ease so you can meditate without distraction or discomfort. There's a hidden secret behind the posture of meditation. It's the deep connection between the spine and energy. Most people think the spine is just a structure of bones, but according to Paramhansa Yogananda, it is actually an energy channel. Within our spine are subtle energy centers called chakras. When your breath becomes slow and deep, the mind naturally begins to quiet down. That's why, if you learn to control your breath, you can also gain control over your mind. Paramhansa Yogananda often said that the connection between the breath and the mind is very deep. When the breath is calm, the mind becomes still on its own. This is the power of pranayama. The word pranayama means the regulation of prana, the vital life force. According to yoga, this energy flows through our body, and by learning how to control it through the breath, we can energize both our mind and our soul. What happens when we breathe correctly? The oxygen flow in the body increases. The mind begins to settle. The energy, or prana, flows in balance, and meditation naturally deepens. You also start gaining control over negative thoughts and emotions. Before starting meditation, you can regulate your breath with a simple 3-step breathing practice. Begin by taking slow, deep breaths in through your nose and exhale slowly. As you inhale, feel that you're drawing in pure, healing energy. As you exhale, visualize stress and negativity. Repeat this for about 5 minutes. One of the most powerful breathing techniques recommended by Yogananda for meditation is the Hong Sao method. What is the Hong Sao technique? As you inhale, silently repeat in your mind the sound of Hong. As you exhale, mentally the sound. You're not supposed to chant this out loud, just silently within the mind. The benefits of this method are profound. Your breath starts to slow down. Your mind naturally begins to focus, and you start to go deeper into meditation. Yogananda says that with practice, your breath becomes so calm and subtle that you begin to enter a state of true inner stillness. Eventually, as you continue practicing, the rhythm of your breath will slow down dramatically. And that only happens when your mind becomes completely peaceful. Yogananda beautifully explained that the day your breath becomes completely still, your mind will also enter perfect stillness. But even when we try to meditate, the biggest obstacle we face is the restless mind. As soon as we sit down, the mind starts to wander. Memories from the past, worries about the future, small random thoughts, they all come flooding in. Yogananda acknowledged this truth. It's in the nature of the mind to wander, but with the right method, it can be brought into focus. Why does the mind wander during meditation? Because as soon as we begin to still the body, all the accumulated thoughts we pushed aside begin to rise. The mind gets caught in loops. What happened at the office today? Am I doing this right? How long have I been sitting? And just like that, we find it hard to dive deeper into meditation. We've now learned how to prepare your space, how to sit, how to control the breath, and how to focus the mind. But what is the ultimate goal of meditation? The final purpose of meditation is not just to calm the mind, it is to transcend it, to reach the deepest levels of stillness and experience the divine. Meditation is not merely a mental exercise. When practiced deeply, it becomes a cosmic journey. Paramahansa Yogananda often said that when meditation is done correctly, you can witness divine light, hear the voice of the soul, and enter into states of higher consciousness. What are these deeper experiences? As your meditation deepens, you may begin to have subtle, even miraculous experiences. 1. Profound inner peace. You feel completely still. Body and mind become motionless. It's as if the noise of the outer world has vanished. Your mind becomes like a still, silent lake, clear, calm, and vast. 2. Divine light. At times, you may begin to see an inner light during meditation. This could appear like a star, a radiant golden glow, or a deep indigo blue flame. Often, this light appears at the point between the eyebrows, the spiritual eye, or Ajna chakra. 3. Divine sound. In deep meditation, some practitioners report hearing subtle, sacred sounds, like the hum of AUM, the soft ringing of bells, celestial music, or the gentle rush of ocean waves. These are not imagined. They are the subtle vibrations of the cosmos, the sound current of the universe, the experience of the soul. As the meditation deepens, the ego, the sense of I and mine, begins to dissolve. You may feel as if you are no longer confined to the body, but have become pure consciousness. This is the awakening of the soul, a deep realization that you are not the body, but an eternal, boundless spirit. Yogananda said, when your meditation becomes so deep that you forget the body entirely, then the soul begins to reveal itself. Here are a few sacred techniques that help take you beyond the surface and into true meditative approach. 1. Slow down the breath. The slower the breath, the quieter the mind becomes. As you practice, allow the breath to become gentle and almost imperceptible. Stillness of breath leads to stillness of thought. 2. Focus on the third eye. During meditation, direct your inner gaze to the third eye, the point between the eyebrows. This is where divine light often appears. Focusing here with relaxed awareness begins to open the inner gateway to expanded states of consciousness. Third chant. UM, silently within. Silently meditating on the sound of AUM while focusing on the third eye can elevate consciousness. This universal vibration aligns your being with the cosmic rhythm of creation. Meditation is not a sound of experience. It is a path that transforms your entire life. Paramahansa Yogananda said, miracles begin to unfold in the life of one who meditates daily. But the real question is, how do we make meditation an inseparable part of our daily existence? How do we turn it into a habit so natural that we never let it go? The first step is simple. Meditate for just 15 to 30 minutes a day. Don't worry about meditating for long hours in the beginning. Simply sit for a short, consistent period. Choose specific times, right after waking up, and again before going to sleep. Once the habit is established, the time will naturally increase. If you make meditation a priority, meditation will begin to prioritize you. Create a dedicated space for your practice. Choose one quiet spot in your home, free from distractions and noise. The space should be infused with positive energy, a place you return to every day. Over time, this very space will begin to absorb your stillness and radiate peace. It becomes a sacred zone, charged with the vibrations of your growing awareness. Make meditation part of your daily rhythm, just like eating, sleeping, and bathing. Make it non-negotiable. Use alarms or reminders in the beginning if necessary. Slowly, it becomes second nature. Meditation isn't something separate from life. It is the very soul of a conscious life. But remember this, meditation alone is not enough if the rest of your lifestyle is filled with chaos. You must shape a peaceful way of living to support the stillness you seek within. Keep your diet light and simple. Avoid excessive fried food or heavy meats that disturb the mind. Stay away from violent or negative media and avoid heated arguments and unnecessary anger. Embrace a balanced daily routine. Sleep on time, rise early, move your body with yoga, and keep your thoughts kind and elevated. Live with love, compassion, and the spirit of service. Meditation is a journey inward, but unless the outer world is harmonized, that inner journey becomes difficult. Don't treat meditation as something that only happens when you're sitting still. Carry it with you as you walk, speak, and act. When something disturbs you, bring your attention to the breath and return to stillness. Close your eyes, even if for a moment, and feel the silence within. Meditation is not an action, it is a state of being. The more aware you become, the deeper your meditation flows into every moment. Recognize the benefits of your practice. After each session, write down how you felt. What shifted? How calm did your mind become? How did it influence the rest of your day? These reflections become a powerful motivation when you witness the blessings meditation brings into your life. Letting go becomes impossible. And now we arrive at the deeper mystery, something you've sensed but haven't fully uncovered yet. You've learned how to sit, how to breathe, how to concentrate. You've understood how to make it a habit, a lifestyle. But what is the true purpose of meditation? Why do miracles begin to happen? Is meditation only about peace? Or is there something more? If you learned something from this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more. See you in the next video. Take care.
Have you ever noticed that when you sit down to meditate, your mind becomes even more restless instead of calm? Thoughts flood your mind, sometimes about the past, sometimes about the future. Your body becomes restless, and within just a few minutes, your mind wants to stop meditating altogether. But meditation is far more than simply closing your eyes or sitting still for a while. As Paramahansa Yogananda once said, meditation is not an ordinary activity. It is the process of attaining the ultimate state of the soul. Meditation is the doorway that connects you to the infinite power of the universe However, we can only access this infinite power when we meditate the right way. To dive deeper into meditation, you must adopt the right method, the right mindset, and the right perspective. Today we will explain in detail the most effective meditation methods. This isn't just about the practice of meditation, it is the first step towards self-realization. If you embrace this sincerely, it can completely transform your life. And yes, by the end of this video, we will reveal a secret that will make meditation 10 times more powerful. So, stay with us and absorb this knowledge carefully, for it has the potential to give a new direction to your life. Meditation is not merely a process of relaxation. Many people believe that meditation is simply about sitting with your eyes closed, taking a few deep breaths, and calming the mind to reduce stress. They often view it as a relaxation technique, but Paramahansa Yogananda has explained meditation in much deeper terms. Yogananda teaches that meditation is not just a way to calm the mind, it is the key to direct contact with God. In other words, meditation is not merely about mental relaxation, it is about awakening the soul. It is a medium through which we can explore the depths of our existence and connect with the infinite energy that sustains the universe. The real purpose of meditation is the awakening of the soul. When a person becomes fully immersed in meditation, they transcend the limitations of their body and mind and experience their true soul. The mind becomes utterly calm, and a deep sense of peace and bliss fills the inner being. One realizes that they are not just their body or mind, but a source of infinite energy. As Yogananda writes in his book Autobiography of a Yogi, when we meditate, we can experience the presence of God directly. This is not mere imagination, it is a genuine, real experience. But an important question arises. If meditation is so powerful, why don't more people benefit from it? The answer is simple. Self-realization is impossible without proper meditation. The biggest mistake people make in their meditation practice is attempting it without proper guidance. They learn a basic technique from somewhere, and while they may practice it, they often fail to go deeper. To progress in meditation, it is essential to follow the correct method. Without the right approach, the mind will constantly wander. While meditating, you might feel drowsy or experience a sense of gloom. Yogananda says, just as a person cannot reach the roof of a tall building without a ladder, it is impossible to reach the highest levels of meditation without the proper method. So, what is the right method? Is it necessary to sit in a special posture? Do you need to control your breath? Should you chant mantras? What is the best time to meditate? In the next section, we will explore the correct method of meditation in detail. This method will not only make meditation easier, but it will also make it so powerful that you will begin to experience the wonders of your inner strength and peace in a short amount of time. Before we continue, make a commitment to yourself. Don't just study this knowledge, but also apply it to your life. Does the environment truly affect your meditation? Have you ever noticed that when you sit in a quiet place, your mind feels lighter and more stable? But in some places, you may feel a strange sense of anxiety or discomfort. For example, when you sit by the banks of a river, on a mountain, or in sacred places like temples and ashrams, you experience a unique sense of peace. However, in crowded areas or places filled with negative energy, the mind quickly becomes restless. This is not a coincidence. Paramahansa Yogananda explains that just as a seed needs fertile soil to grow, the right environment is essential for meditation. If you attempt to meditate in a restless or negative place, it will be very difficult to calm the mind. Therefore, choosing the right place and environment is crucial for effective meditation. The success of meditation largely depends on where you practice it. Yogananda has outlined some important principles for selecting an ideal meditation space. Choose a quiet and undisturbed location. Meditate in a place where there is no noise or frequent interruptions. Ensure that no one disturbs you repeatedly. Keep your phone and other devices on silent mode. Meditate in the same place every day. Have you ever noticed that when you visit temples, ashrams,
light that doesn't speak can attract everything towards it. Have you ever met someone who needed no introduction, no convincing, but whose presence made you feel instantly at peace, trust, and respect? They don't need to emit high energy or express spiritual light, but when you are around them, you naturally lower your voice, naturally quiet down. It is an invisible aura, the natural magnetism of a soul that has been deeply purified. It doesn't need advertising. It doesn't need a spotlight. It is the vibration of someone who has become themselves, not fake, not forced, not needing to be recognized. Yogananda calls it divine magnetism. This is not the attraction you see in popular culture. This is the attraction of the soul returning to its original frequency, the frequency of light, love, and silence. What is magnetism? It's not just an external attraction, it's a state of consciousness. According to Paramahansa Yogananda, all living beings are surrounded by a wave of bioenergy called the spiritual magnetic field. This energy field is not static. It changes constantly according to your thoughts, emotions, breathing, actions, and level of inner awareness. In other words, you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. What is magnetism, if not a steady vibrational frequency emanating from a soul that is no longer disturbed? A presence of quality that others trust without reason. A purified energy field, free of mental garbage, judgment, resentment, or anxiety. True magnetism is not about attracting material, but about rearranging your entire karma field so that people who are no longer a good fit leave. Opportunities of the same frequency come to you, and you step out of the control of circumstances into your own vibrational destiny. Yogananda wrote, people are powerful not because they suppress circumstances, but because they change from within, and all circumstances must change with them. Magnetism is not a talent for communication or a power of persuasion. It is the result of being true to your soul constantly. The more in tune with the self a person is, the more he emits a form of energy that causes the world to stop and listen. Why do many people meditate a lot but still can't absorb anything? This is a common paradox in modern spiritual life. You may have asked, I meditate every day, but why do I still feel empty? I am a vegetarian, read sutras, live a kind life, but why do bad people still come, bad things still happen? Why do I become more isolated, more tired, more disoriented the more I practice? Don't be quick to blame yourself. And don't give up. The problem is not meditating enough, but not meditating at the right level. Meditation is not a technique. Meditation is a state of unified vibration between body, physical, habitual, mind, emotions, thoughts, will, energy of action, and soul, pure being beyond the ego. Many people meditate only with the body. Sit still, breathe, follow the technique, but their minds are still confused, comparing, expecting. Some others meditate with desire, wanting peace, wanting to open chakras, wanting to shine, wanting to be higher than others. But such meditation only activates spiritual illusions, not creating true magnetism. Signs of a weak or difficult magnetic field. Feeling tired for no apparent reason, despite adequate rest. Encountering repeated, hurtful relationships. Losing faith in spiritual practice. Seeing yourself practicing but others not changing. Feeling that you are spiritualizing your ego, not really transforming. So what should you do to transform step by step? 1. Let go of the expectation of having results after meditation. Success in meditation is not a feeling. It is the inner light that you bring into your daily life. Yogananda. Meditation is not about escaping reality, but about bringing clarity into that reality itself. 2. Observe yourself after meditation, not during meditation. A person does not necessarily have a special experience during meditation. But after meditation, they be more patient. Heal faster when hurt. Don't react mechanically. Have clearer intuition. If you don't have these signs, your meditation may be a technique, not a transformation. 3. Live in unity. What you think, say, do, feel must be on the same frequency. Nothing breaks magnetism more than internal conflict. A person who meditates, but lies stiffly, tries to be good, often compares, speaks ill of, looks down on others, does something against their own deep values, then their magnetic field is out of phase, and like a weak magnet, cannot attract anything good. 4. Redefine attraction, not pulling, but matching frequencies. Yogananda teaches, when you live at the frequency of your soul, the world cannot help but respond. There is no need to pull. There is no need to hold. Just be bright and real. Attraction is no longer expecting something to come. It is, I become worthy so that all good things will recognize me immediately. 5 centers that activate your natural magnetism, helping you attract without effort, but through your full presence. The more pure a person is within, the stronger the magnetic field around him becomes. There is no need to seek anything else. Everything will be drawn to him by his own vibration. Paramahansa Yogananda. 1. Mindfulness breath, the gateway to spiritual life. Yogananda said, prana, life energy, is the current of God that flows through every breath you take. Most people feel but the ability to breathe to be enlightened. When you meditate with the right breath, you activate the flow of prana energy that runs up the spine, from the root chakra to the crown chakra. Practice suggestions. Every morning, sit still for 10 minutes. Breathe in slowly. Feel the energy running from the base of the spine to the middle of the forehead. Breathe out. Feel all negativity dissolve. Don't force it, just observe with love. You can combine it with an affirmation. 2. The selfless heart, the most powerful force field in the universe. Did you know? The electromagnetic field of the human heart is 5,000 times larger than that of the brain. When you live with unconditional love, you activate the bioelectric vortex field that radiates from the heart, creating a powerful, wordless attraction effect. Yogananda taught, love not to be loved in return, but because love is your true nature. Simple practices. Send a silent wish to someone you don't like. Smile at a stranger, expecting nothing in return. When you eat, drink, breathe, send gratitude to all things. Repeat the affirmation. I am a field of love. I need not hold on. I am where everything returns. 3. Stillness, the language of the true soul. Yogananda said, it is in deep silence that you meet yourself and the world begins to recognize you. Silence is not passivity. It is a state where you no longer resist anything, and so you are radiant, unprotected. Practice suggestions. Spend 3 minutes every hour not speaking, not thinking, not reacting. Place your hand on your heart, breathe gently, and just say in your heart, I am still here. Observe the sound as if listening to the soundtrack of life. Just like that, you begin to shine, not through doing, but through being. 4. Silent service, the fire that increases the frequency the fastest. The greatest magnetism lies in acting anonymously, without expecting recognition. Yogananda. Every time you do something good without expecting recognition, you burn away the old ego layer, releasing trapped energy in the chakra system, helping your magnetic field expand. Suggestions. Give an anonymous gift. Clean up a public space. Help someone without them knowing who you are. Send love to someone who is hurting you, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve freedom. 5. Affirmations and spiritual will. Reprogramming your personal field. Yogananda emphasized. The words you repeat every day are the seeds you plant in your aura. The words you speak do not disappear, they imprint themselves on the energy layer around you. The more you repeat them, the stronger they become. The more you believe them, the more true they become. Action suggestions to raise your magnetism. I am the one who remembers who I am. I radiate light strong enough to heal wherever I go. I am the living magnetic field of pure spirit. Repeat 21 times every morning, or when you start your day, in front of the mirror. It's not so much about meditating. It's about being united, still, present, kind, and remembering that you are light. Signs you are entering a powerful spiritual magnetic field. When you enter a state of pure magnetism, you no longer have to try to attract anything. Because you are no longer someone who wants something, you have become someone who is in tune with it. But not everyone realizes that they are on this path, because it is not noisy, not flashy, and sometimes very quiet. Here are some subtle but profound signs that prove you are growing in vibration. 1. You no longer need to prove anything about yourself. You do not need to be recognized as spiritual. You do not need to make anyone understand you, love you, or believe in you. You know who you are, and that is enough. A person who truly lives in the light needs no one to see that light. Yogananda. 2. You enjoy being alone, but not lonely. Silence becomes your best friend. You no longer feel empty when no one is around, but full, as if you were sitting next to the original light. You begin to enjoy the early mornings, the moments of meditation, the minutes of watching trees, listening to birds sing. Silence is no longer scary, it becomes home. Free, all the old mess begin to leave by themselves. People, jobs, relationships, thoughts that used to make you suffer, burden, or lose direction naturally stop or disappear. No need to cut. No need to run away. They are no longer on the same frequency as you, and the universe automatically realigns itself. That is a sign that you are living with a clean and aligned magnetic field. 4. You no longer react, you start choosing to respond. People still yell, criticize, attack you like before. But you don't hurt like before. You have a conscious distance between emotion and reaction, and you choose love over confrontation. True power does not come from winning over others. It comes from not having to prove anything,